Okay, now we're getting into some different types of problems. This says find the standard form of the equation of the parabola satisfying the given conditions. And they give you some numbers, right? But we started this whole conversation talking about a parabola and its anatomy, right? With the picture on the page. There's no picture. Create yourself a picture. Create a sketch, okay? It doesn't take much to just do this. Now with that, what can I do? Let's figure it out. Well, the focus is at 9, 0. Hopefully your point plotting skills are good. The focus is at 9, 0. That's over here, we'll say. Okay? We're just eyeballing it. We don't need the tick marks. We're just going to say that this is 9, 0. The directrix is x equals -9. Now that doesn't mean I put a point at -9 because the directrix is a line. It's the vertical line because it's x equals -9. So whatever this distance was, I'm going to move that distance away. So we know where the directrix is. We know where the focus is. And if we know where the directrix and the focus are, let's see if I can catch this at a good spot. If I know where the focus, oh, look at the timing on that. The midpoint of the focus and the directrix is the vertex. So all we have to do is find the midway point between where this is -9 and this is +9. What's the halfway point between -9 and +9? 0, right here. Now, where does this parabola open? Does it open up? Does it open down? Does it open to the right? Does it open to the left? What have we said? We've said that the focus has to be, quote, inside the parabola. So if this is the vertex right here, I'm going to call that V. V for vertex, F for focus, right? We can say D for directrix. We know that that has to be inside. I'm not going to create a parabola that goes like this, or this, or this. This has to be inside it. So I know that my parabola opens in this direction. So what does that tell us in terms of writing the standard form of the equation? If the parabola is opening in that direction, side to side, we know that it has to be the y quantity being squared. So we're going to start filling in what we know about this. Right? Here we go. Do we know the vertex? We sure do. We just figured that out. So we know that k is 0. We know that h is 0. So I'm just plugging in the 0 for the k. I'm plugging in the 0 for the h. Okay? This is squared. I'm not going to put anything in for y right now. I'm not going to put anything in for x. What's the missing piece, right? We talked about how p is kind of like the slope of a line. It tells us a physical characteristic in this equation. What is p for this function? It's the distance that the focus is away from the vertex. How many times have we said that now, right? So what is that distance from 0, 0 to 9, 0? That's a distance of 9. And because it's opening to the right, again, I will go back to your notes for you. Because this parabola is opening to the right, the value of p has to be positive, right? A lot of information here. So p is equal to 9. If I plug that in here, and I do a little quick math, y minus 0 is y squared, equals 4 times 9 is 36, x minus 0 is just x. This is our standard form for this parabola. Using the value of p, which we had to unpack a little bit of information here. Okay, there's a lot that goes into these problems. Little pieces of information, the picture helps. Okay, and understanding, is p positive? Is p negative? Which type of function am I supposed to use? Is it y squared? Is it x squared? How is it opening? A lot of information. The more practice you do with this, the better you're going to understand it.